Over the years, we have seen many images on the internet, and some of those images are terrifying. But do you ever think to yourself, where do these images come from? Well, in today's video, I'll be showing you guys where these images came from and explain the origin of each image. Welcome back to another video, and I know I say thank you in all of my videos, but honestly, dude, thank you so much for the crazy support on the last video. That video hit 300,000 views, and we're about to hit 90,000 subscribers very soon. The last 10K in order to hit 100K subscribers for that tough collab. Dude, that is crazy to think about. But yeah, thank you so much. And don't forget to check me out on my other social medias, which I will try to keep you guys updated on the 100K special. So make sure to follow me on Instagram and all my other social medias. But before this video does start, I do want to credit Gubby and Gearsico for this video idea because while watching their video, I got hit with a wave of nostalgia by looking at these images. Some of these images I forgot even existed, and it was just a huge throwback for me. And that made me want to talk about these photos. So of course, credit to them. I will be leaving their links in the description below. And just like with every video that I'm inspired by, I will be switching up the topics and talk about other photos that they didn't talk about because I have to keep it different. I can't just rip off their video. But yeah, thank you so much on the support, and let's get straight into this video. Slenderman. Slenderman is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme. He is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face, wearing a black suit. He has multiple powers to stalk his prey, mainly focusing on his tentacles, mind control, and teleportation. This creepypasta is one of the most iconic ones on this list, with video games and movies being made for this creepypasta and grossed a huge fan base, including me, because in 4th grade I would make Slenderman comics. I wonder if I still have those. There are thousands of photos of the Slenderman, but these are the first ever photos of Slenderman. On June 8th, of photos of the Slenderman, but these are the first ever photos of Slenderman. On June 8th, 2009, there was a Photoshop competition on a thread from the Something Awful internet forum. The Photoshop contest challenged users to create paranormal images, and 2 days later on June 10th, 2009, Victor Surge posted 2 innocent-looking black and white photos that show kids playing outside, but when you look closely, you see the Slenderman blending in the background. Victor would put a brief description on both of these photos, reading,
"We didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them. But its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time. 1983. Photographer unknown. Presumed dead." One of 2 recovered photographs from the Sterling City library blazed, notable for being taken the day where 14 children vanished, and for what is referred to as the Slender Man. Deformities cited as film defects by officials. Fire at library occurred 1 week later. Actual photograph confiscated as evidence. 1986. Photographer Mary Thomas. Missing since June 13th, 1986.
I couldn't find if Victor won the Photoshop competition for his iconic photo and description, but at the end of the day, his photo definitely became one of the most iconic paranormal photos of all time. Level 188. Level 188, also known as the Courtyard of Windows, is a level in the back rooms. Well, this level is a class 5 difficulty level, which is unsafe, and there's entities in that level, but I'm not going to do a deep dive into the lore with this one, but keep in mind that this image is one of the most iconic backroom levels since I've seen this image everywhere. This image is actually a real photo taken in a real hotel that you can visit. The hotel is a Holiday Inn located in London Heathrow, and I've been to many Holiday Inns in my life, and I've never seen one looking like this. Only in London, I guess. The hotel architecture is very strange and weird for a Holiday Inn, but I'll admit, it looks pretty awesome and unique. And I have this very cool video idea in mind. I don't know if anybody has done it yet, but I really want to visit the in real life locations of backroom images such as the level 188 because, for example, that photo is a photo of a real life location. Yeah, sure, a lot of images are fake, but there's also a few images that are real, and I would like to go visit them in person for a video. And for the 188 photo that's in London, yeah, that would be a very awesome video to make, but that's in London and I'm in California, and that's gonna cost a lot. So maybe later down the future, I will make those type of videos where I visit the real locations of the back rooms. Teddy, this is definitely a very underrated creepypasta, and I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard this story before. Basically, the creepypasta is that this doll called Teddy is so creepy with its big eyes. It's so scary that by looking at it, you will feel like you're going to faint, and he'll teleport to you. When the owner of the doll grew up, he would burn the doll, but then years later, the doll would magically come back. Basically the biggest haunted doll cliche. The photo you see here is an actual photo of a doll, and the doll's actually from a Soviet Russian short called Cheburashka, and I already know what you're thinking. How does this look like this? Well, the toy is probably from the 1970s since that's when the short aired, and back then, every toy company was garbage. So the teddy is actually a poorly made Cheburashka toy. Also, the wallpaper from the background has been pointed out to be common in Russian apartments, and it is unclear when the photo was taken. And huge shout out to Gubby for talking about this image in his video because, dude, I haven't seen that image in 5 to 6 years, and this was a huge nostalgia trip for me. So yeah, once again, shout out to Gubby because this image made me want to talk about this whole video.
When things break,
Jeff the Killer. In 2011, Jeff the Killer became the face of creepypastas, but his image has surfaced the internet way before 2011. Story goes that Jeff and his brother moved into a new town where they got bullied, leading Jeff being covered in acid and being set on fire. Jeff would then carve a smile on his face and go on a rampage, offing his family and bullies. At first, people thought that the Jeff image origin was associated with Katie Robinson, who posted a photo up to 4chan in early 2008, later causing her to be bullied where they would Photoshop some nasty stuff, which caused a 4chaner to make the Jeff image, and the next shop some nasty stuff, which caused a 4chaner to make the Jeff image, and the next day, Katie's sister would say on 4chan that her sister committed Sleep Forever, but that story really can't be proven, and plus that same image of Katie dates back 4 years earlier in 2004 in a parody Christian site. So the story of Katie is most likely fake. The Jeff the Killer image dates back further because in 2007, a year before the fake Katie story, the same image would surface again in a YouTube video translated to NNN special broadcast, where it's this weird analog horror style video, and around the 4-minute mark, the Jeff the Killer image would quickly pop up. NNN special broadcast is an urban legend in Japan. Think about it as one of the original analog horror videos as we see today. But on September 10th, 2005, this image of Jeff was posted to the internet, and it appears as an earlier version of Jeff. But earlier in August 2005, that same image was posted to a Japanese website, and that is the earliest we can trace the image. A lot of people back then would talk about the image, and one user states that the image of Jeff is actually from a commercial in 2005 showing a middle-aged Asian woman who appeared in Japan with a white face painted white. Then somebody would screenshot the lady and Photoshop her, and it seems that this was some type of meme back in the day in Japan. That is the closest we can get to the origin of the Jeff photo, and I feel that one day the commercial will resurface. It's only a matter of time. The Rake. In 2005, people on the B board from 4chan got bored, so they decided to create a new monster. Honestly, that's not horrible considering this idea is coming from 4chan. The story goes that it's a tall, pale humanoid figure that walks on all four with 3 green eyes, only attacks you when you approach it, and it's mainly seen in front yards of suburban areas. Allegedly, in 2010, a hunter took this photo before the rake got away. But we already know that's fake because that's what creepypastas are. So what are the origins of this image? This image is actually an advertisement for a video game called Resistance 3, and the creature is called a Grim. This image got so big that many news sites would report on the image, including the Daily Mail, and they speculated that the photo used for this image was actually Spider-Man. How could they be this wrong? Dolphin JPEG. A Henobarbus Henocide, better known as Dolphin JPEG, is this creepy image. I've actually seen this image when I was younger because this image was part of a Minecraft horror map. Also, shout out to Adrian Gasly, since he made a video talking about the image's origins and kinda brought more light to this image and to these types of videos. Well, like I've said, this image was from a Minecraft horror map, but it dates back way earlier because in 2006 to 2007, this was a creepypasta called Gurgler because in 2006 to 2007, this was a creepypasta called Gurgle and Bugman, but with every creepypasta, the image dates back way earlier before it became a creepypasta. Around the end of 2004, someone made a 2-channel chain photo where there's a thread called "This girl is creepy, do your magic and make her cute," where it challenged people to Photoshop her to make the image less creepy, since this was a meme in 2004. Well, on October 2nd, 2021, this Japanese YouTuber would post a video called "Truth, what is the identity of this mysterious image? Consider Make Me Cute Urban Legend," where they show what image was used to create this photo. Well, here it is, the unedited version of the photo. We don't know where that photo is from, but the video speculates that it's possible that the image came from an auction or mailer site. So it's just a doll and somebody photoshopped a creepy mouth and eyes onto the real photo of the doll. Eyeless Jack. Eyeless Jack is another creepypasta from 2012 where the story goes that a man named Mitch encounters Eyeless Jack after Jack cuts Mitch's cheek. Then Mitch goes to the hospital the next day, revealing that Mitch is missing a kidney. Once home, he wakes up on his bed where he sees Eyeless Jack standing right in front of his face. So who created this photo? Well, we actually can't identify who made it because on Twitter, somebody posted another image of Eyeless Jack, and in the comments, the creator of the original Eyeless Jack photo would comment stating that he made the original image, and that a few years ago a friend stole the image and posted it anonymously, and somebody else took it and used it for the creepypasta. For proof, Pirate Cashew, the creator of the image, would post an HD version of the photo, which no one has seen before. So that is proof that he did make the image, since he has the original HD version of it, since over the years we have never seen the HD version until now. Wario Apparition. The Wario apparition is this image of Wario's floating head in a hallway. The image isn't necessarily creepy, but it does have an uncanny valley feeling while looking at the photo. Super Mario 64 is a very popular and beloved Mario video game that came out in 1996, but in 2020 the game had a resurgence in popularity. During this time, a photo of Wario will surface claiming that Wario is in the video game. Wario being in a Mario video game isn't surprising since he is a Mario character, but the thing is, Wario did not appear in Super Mario 64. Well, he did for the DS version, but we're not talking about that version of the video game. During the resurgence of the game, many YouTubers would make iceberg videos on Super Mario 64, and this Wario apparition topic was in the iceberg, giving this creepypasta more popularity. The Wario apparition creepypasta is an uncommon, anomalous entity in Super Mario 64, and perhaps one of the most popular Super Mario 64 related legends. The entity takes its likeness from Wario. When you summon the Wario apparition, it's usually said to appear in the room beyond the 30-star door in the basement, which leads to the 9th level of the game, Dire Docks. After catching sight of the player, the floating head starts chasing the player down the endless hall. So that was a small dive to the Wario apparition, and I'm not going to talk about the creepypasta even more. And I'm also not going to teach you how to summon the Wario apparition because it's fake. But the image you see here is a real image, but it's not actually from Super Mario 64. This image, or video I should say, dates back all the way to 1996 at E3, which is a gaming convention where new games and consoles are announced at a live demonstration of the long-awaited Nintendo 64 console. Wario would make an appearance on an enormous C-shaped projection screen, complete with a laser montage of Nintendo's game lineup. The person who voiced Wario was Charles Martinet, the man who voices a bunch of Mario characters including Mario himself. In the 90s, Nintendo would partner with Silicon Graphic Inc. to bring Mario characters to life as a promotional tool. Nintendo would actually use the floating Mario head characters for other marketing stuff outside of E3, such as Nintendo's Summer Consumer Electronics Show in 1994, which Wario did appear in again. Also in E3, Nintendo would have Donkey Kong and Mario as well, talking to the guest in real time, and the technology they used was really cool since they used a motion capture face rig, which was brought to you by Silicon Graphic Inc.